When there's an emergency, every second counts, and first responders can't always get there in time. That's why two bystanders decided to rush in to rescue a woman in the water after crashing her car into a West Boca canal. A high school student and a local father spoke to CBS 12's Louis Ortiz about what they did to keep that victim above water.
There's still no word from Palm Beach County Fire Rescue on what caused that driver to go into this canal here along 441. They did take her to a local hospital as a precaution and say she will be okay. Yet without the Good Samaritans coming to her rescue, this story might have had a different ending. Cell phone video obtained by CBS 12 News shows the frightening moment a woman is pulled out of her sinking car after crashing into a West Boca canal.
I saw a crash as we were turning onto 441. I saw the water splash.
In a split-second decision, West Boca High School student Anthony Martinez made the choice to run and help the lady trapped inside the sinking SUV last Thursday afternoon near Judge Winnicott Road.
So I swim around, I move the airbag out the way, I tell her to come to me, and she gives me her hand. So I grab her by the hand and I pull her over. Then I grab her by her torso and I'm able to pull her out of the car. I had her full body weight. I didn't have anything to swim with. So I passed over to the people that were next to me.
The other Good Samaritan in the water is Kyle Trindade.
As we're pulling out, we're asking, is there anybody else in the car? And she said no. So it was like the best moment of the whole thing when she said there was nobody else in the car, because that was scary.
Onlookers cheered them on after pulling her to safety.
Congratulations, my friend.
First responders arrived shortly after.
The left side of her face was bruised and she was bleeding. She was kind of disoriented, didn't really know what happened. And I think if we weren't there, she would have probably drowned.
The community praised them as heroes, although they humbly disagree.
If it's a family member or someone I know, I'd hope somebody does the same thing. But just always be ready. I think the real heroes are the people that do it every single day. I couldn't do it every day. I was just at the right place at the right time.
For the 16-year-old, he took advice his late father, who died of COVID complications days ago, told him, and that's to always step up to help someone in distress.
Because he would always show me to if there's someone in need, act and try to help them out if you can. And, I saw just an opportunity, I guess, to do something good for someone.
14-year-old Ryan Rogers' death was declared a homicide over the weekend, but Palm Beach Gardens police remain tight-lipped about what exactly they believe happened to the young man.
CBS 12's Al Peffley spoke with a couple of retired investigators about what police might be looking for in a case that seemed at first to be a tragic accident.
It was almost exactly 1 week ago that Ryan Rogers' mother says he left home to go on a short bike ride and never came back. The very next morning, last Tuesday morning, his body was found right over there on the other side of that guardrail along a bike path on Central Boulevard. His death has now been ruled a homicide, and a retired police detective tells me cases like this are often solved after police sift through tips that are called in.
We are praying that the family finds peace, and we're praying that something good comes out of this. And yes, praying that whoever is involved is brought to justice in a peaceful way.
A makeshift shrine has been growing down the block from Ryan Rogers' home in Palm Beach Gardens. While friends and family mourn, police have the job of finding the person responsible now that the case has been ruled a homicide. Tom Watley, a retired Delray Beach police detective, says cases like this involve scouring the area for any home or business that has a surveillance camera that may have gotten video of a possible suspect.
Somebody has seen him, or some technology has seen him or her. So the idea is that they look at all those resources and they try and narrow it down.
Investigators will be looking at the boy's bicycle to see if they can find any DNA or fingerprints. They will also go through his phone to see who he's been talking to or texting with.
The police are really scrutinizing the young man's social media accounts, his email accounts, telephone records, school friends.
Former Boca Raton Police Chief Andrew Scott III agrees police will be looking at anyone and everyone Rogers associated with.
Most homicides are committed by individuals the victim knew or was familiar with.
Police detectives will ask family and friends if he was bullied or had trouble with anyone at school, or if they'd recently seen anyone suspicious in the area.
90% of the time, somebody does something like this, somebody else knows it. Somebody else knows about it, or they suspect that they did it. Somebody knows something.
Ryan's mother, whose only public comments since her son's death have been made through Facebook, posted over the weekend the family is struggling with the homicide finding and how anyone could possibly do something like this to Ryan. A celebration of life memorial gathering for this young man is set for tomorrow afternoon.
Parade's a tradition in our area, including one of the biggest ones, that one in Wellington.
CBS 12's Andrew Lawfulm asked local law enforcement how they're planning to keep it safe. He continues our team coverage live from Wellington tonight. Andrew?
Yeah, we're just outside the amphitheater here in Wellington. This is where the annual parade always comes to an end. Now, I talked to the parade's stakeholders today. They actually talked today separately, talking about security, making sure that nothing would happen in Wisconsin would happen here. And they assure me that they have enough security here. And the sheriff's office also added that they have the experience to back it up, protecting people like then President Donald Trump when he was in town. Community holiday celebration in southeastern Wisconsin took a deadly turn Sunday when a red SUV plowed through the parade, scattering participants and onlookers alike, killing 5.
Our hearts really go out to the families and all those who participated in the parade in Wisconsin. But I can assure our community that we have a very safe parade.
Mary Lou Bedford runs the Palm Beach County Chamber of Commerce, which puts on the biggest holiday parade in our area. This will be the parade's 37th year, making it older than Wellington itself. And the sheriff's office is in charge of security. What would you tell a family who, after what they saw in Wisconsin last night, might be concerned about coming to the parade in Wellington?
Well, in Wellington, absolutely no problem.
Sheriff Rick Bradshaw says his agency plans to provide the parade the same level of security it once gave President Trump.
I'm not faulting anybody, but, what happens to some of these jurisdictions, especially the smaller ones, they get lulled into a false sense of security because they haven't had to really have high-profile visitors like we have here, and have large events like we have here.
On Sunday, December 12th, the parade starts at the original Wellington Mall and makes its way south to the amphitheater. Forest Hill Boulevard will shut down, and the side roads will be closed and secured with heavy-duty barricades, vehicles, and patrols.
If you're going to do it right, you got to make sure that somebody just can't drive onto the parade route for any reason whatsoever, haphazardly.
After last year's parade was canceled due to COVID, everyone wants to make sure this is a festive and safe event.
I know even more so, people are very anxious and excited to have the parade back.
Weeks away from this parade, again, it starts on December 12th. The roads will actually begin to be closed at 1 p.m. The parade starts at 1:30, and it's expected to last about 4 hours.